here we are in Yellowstone National Park.
During springtime. I'm Shahar.
And I'm Nash.
And we are going to show you some very cute babies.
Yes, very cute.
And how nature can nurture your business.
Exactly.
Stay tuned.
Enjoy.
So, let's explain what is neuromarketing.
What is neuromarketing?
I think that's important. That's the main focus of the show.
Yes.
Well, neuromarketing is a marketing that is based on science.
Yes.
Specifically, neuroscience.
Yes.
Neuroscience studies the brain. A very interesting thing, Nash, is that so many things have changed, including marketing and the way we do marketing.
The way people buy.
The way people buy.
It constantly changes.
It constantly changes. But one thing hasn't changed in the last 50,000 years.
What is that?
The brain. So it's very important to understand that you can use very reliable data in order to decide how you're going to market your business. You know, traditional marketing does focus groups, for example. Well, what's the problem with that?
They're kind of, essentially, the people in those focus groups will generally say things that you want to hear.
Exactly. So you really cannot rely much on that.
Not very reliable.
When we think about online marketing and social media, for example, there's a lot of guesswork that really, if you had hard data, you didn't have to do that.
Right.
Well, here comes neuroscience and neuromarketing.
But you do have that data, right?
Because you do.
understand, if you understand how the brain works and how people operate.
You know how they act and react, and then you can create your strategies.
Exactly.
For example, 85% of all our purchase decisions are made on an unconscious level. I said that very slow because these are very difficult words for me.
So 85% of a person's decision is made on an unconscious level.
And then the frontal brain will justify that decision.
So I made the decision, I want to buy that purse. That was unconscious. Then the brain up here in the front will say, hey, you know, you need a reason to buy that. And then they'll come up with an excuse or a reason.
Exactly. And knowing that reptilian brain will make a lot of decisions for you and then will justify. That's one reason we always say people buy with the heart and justify with the mind.
Brain.
Why is that? Exactly because of that. Because the reptilian brain pays a lot of attention to emotions, right? And when we know how to use this in marketing, we can really persuade people on a very ethical level to buy more, right? And this is the reason we want now to focus on neuromarketing. It's reliable. It doesn't change all the time because it's based on something that hasn't changed in 50,000 years. And you can create strategies that really work. Right? We've seen over the years that marketing can be very frustrating. Because you just try things because other people are trying or, you know, they said it's okay.
Especially if you start looking at the digital online marketing, then you have a lot more noise, a lot more people doing a lot more things.
And the return on a lot of things. Let's take, for example, email marketing and direct mail marketing. Well, the failure rate is 98%. So you're always dealing with very small numbers in order to have return. 2% conversion on the direct mail, 2% conversion on email marketing. Well, with neuromarketing, your conversion can go up to 99%.
That's right. Essentially, if you're going to take one thing out of this, take that. If you understand how consumers, if you understand how they work, their brain, the reason why they do things, then you're able to foresee what they're going to do next and how they're going to react to your things, and you're able to plan and strategize.
Yes. And you know, you're going to see right now a few things you can do with neuromarketing in your business.
That's right. Did you know that female elk can form herds of up to 400 members, and that they all follow one dominant matriarch?
Wow. It's so cool to look at the babies. You know, the baby bison, when they walk, they are so clumsy. It's so cute to see. And we saw bear cubs, baby bears, and fox kids. It's the right time of the year, right, to see these babies. And you know, I frankly cannot take my eyes off them. Actually, neither could you. Did you know that our brain is wired to pay attention to babies? Yes, human babies, puppies, cubs. Every time we see a baby, we pay attention to the baby. It's instant. It's wired in our old brain. Well, why does this matter to your business? Well, because you can use babies to market your business, can't you? For example, in your brochures, advertising, Facebook ads, try putting a baby face or even a puppy face there and see the difference in results. Actually, if you want to take my advice, I would do what is called a split testing. I would do, for example, a Facebook ad with a baby and a Facebook ad with something else, same words, and then you track the conversion of the results. You're going to see the babies get a lot more attention and a lot more clicks.
So coyotes usually adjust their hunting style according to where they are and the type of prey available. It's very interesting actually, because if there's a small prey, they'll usually follow it a little and then they'll pounce. You'll see it's really kind of unique. It's the cutest thing because you can tell that they're focused on what they're determined to get that little creature. And then sometimes the creature, usually they're underground, but they'll find it because they'll hear it. And then when they know they can go, they'll pounce and they'll jump into the air and just like boom with their nose straight into the ground. And then that's how they catch their prey. So if it's, in that case, they're alone, it's a small prey and that's how they do it. But sometimes, depending if it's a larger prey, like a deer or something, they'll even find other coyotes to come help and they'll hunt in small packs. So they're very adaptable that way and they'll eat whatever's available in that region. They're known for eating almost anything because of that. They're not afraid to try new things. And so keep in mind, and question, am I afraid to try new things in my business or in my life even? Maybe I need to pounce. Maybe I need to go for that catch.
So a few moments ago, we were watching a she-bear with a cub, and she was down the stream. We were in a very safe place, right?
Yeah.
But then the bear jumped once, jumped twice.
Yeah, and it was
on the road.
And it was one quick. We were relatively far from it.
Yes.
But it just took like one jump, and it was halfway between us and them.
And the second jump was on the road.
It was already on the road where we were.
We were safe because she decided to go the other way. And you know, that there are some moments, we talk so much about the brain, and I have to ask why some people never use the brain, right?
Yeah.
Because there was this couple on the other side where the bear was going.
Towards where the bear was going.
And she was walking slow with the cub towards them.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't do anything. They would just stand there. Everybody
that was watching that happen, everyone was, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car. But they were all kind of just saying it under their breath to themselves.
Yes, and they didn't. For you to have an idea, I think the bear got about 5 yards from the couple.
5 yards?
Yeah.
That's like,
5
I don't
meters?
know. No, I think even closer. It was like...
It was
unbelievably close.
And really, we finally shout out, "Get in the car!" And
Shahar did. By we, she means her.
Yeah. Well,
Get in the car!
I had my bear spray with me, and I was trying to figure out how to open that, but it wouldn't work, right? Because the bear was actually had the butts towards us, so it wouldn't work. But you know, they were very, very close to have
what's amusing
a bad experience.
To me was that at some point, because everyone was like, "Get in the car, get in the car," they were singing it to themselves, but they could clearly hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, they thought about getting into the car because they turned around and they went towards the door. But then they decided to just turn back around and look at the bear. But they were so close. The bear,
it was like, I mean, you're not supposed...
It was less than 10 feet away. I mean, it was really close. I have a picture. I took a picture. I was ready to document.
You know, you're not supposed to be less than 100 yards from a bear. And they were about 5 or even less than that. Now, besides being very stupid and not using the brain, right? These people should think that if they get attacked by a bear, besides the fact that they might die, the bear will be killed, and the cub will be an orphan. Yes. So from every angle that you see,
it's not good.
They were just stupid.
Yeah, they were.
And they were running risks that were not calculated.
They were not calculated risks.
Yes.
And that's what prompted this conversation, because a lot of times, entrepreneurs, by their very nature, they take risks.
But they have to be calculated risks. It's not like you're going to put your lifeline,
Life at risk.
the life at risk in your business, or lose everything you have and
No.
lose your home. You know, you need, before you do anything, to calculate and see the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, what you're going to do in either way, and then take action. It's not about just getting risk because you have to. I've seen more than one entrepreneur say, no, I have to do this because or else I'm a chicken or something like that.
Yeah.
That's not the way it goes. You have to see best case scenario, worst case scenario. Good entrepreneurs only take calculated risks, and good people think before approaching wildlife without being ready for that, or putting everybody in danger.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we came here because of the spring, because the spring is an awesome season for you to see creatures and wildlife.
Yes, especially the younger ones.
Yes, and you know, like every single spring, you actually here you have all kinds of weather. Right
Yes.
now, some rain. You know, but that's the beauty about seasons. You know what to expect, right? You know when it's going to rain, or at least you know the period where it's going to rain. You know when the snow will come.
You can foresee it, basically.
Yeah, and they follow their rules. So, for example, seasons the time that the wildlife has babies, have their little creatures, is also the time you plant your tomatoes,
Yeah.
right? So you know what to expect during the
You
seasons.
can plan.
Yeah, you can plan, but you also don't mess them around.
Yeah.
Right? You don't put a spring in the wrong place or winter in the wrong place, right? You can't. You have to to follow the laws of nature. In a business, kind of the same thing, right? A business has seasons, and you have to respect that. Why am I saying that? For example, it's sometimes we see people that are just starting a business, you know, with a very low budget, but they want to be making 6 figures the next month, just because they're maybe selling something online.
Not going to happen. You need to go through the stages that are required for a business.
Exactly.
You can go through them faster. In your business, you can maybe, if you're
you put
lucky,
more
or if you
effort.
put more effort, or whatever the situation, sometimes if you have more money to do it. But essentially, you still have to go through that process.
Exactly. So another thing that is quite common in our environment are people that they want to make a product launch, but they don't have the product, and they don't have the partners, and they don't want to take the time that it takes to develop those relationships. Right?
Yeah.
They want magic. They're not respecting the laws of business nature. You know, that you have to develop relationships, you have to foster those relationships in order to be able to make partnerships. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But overall, you know, there is the beginning, the startup process. You have to respect that. Every time that you think you can just cut through the next level, you're just fooling yourself.
Well, you know, going back to the tomatoes, you talked about planting. I mean, it's no different than, hey, preparing that soil and then putting the seed and
In the
then
right
watering and then nurturing it and waiting for it to grow so that it becomes strong, so it has its strength to then bear fruit. And it's the same thing with business. You need to work it, and you need to nurture it, and the relationships and everything that go with it, so that it has enough strength to bear fruit, to give you the revenue that you want, and to bring you the success that you desire.
And put the work that it takes. Like you said, you prepare the soil, you fertilize the soil. There's a whole process that you have to go through even before you put a seed on the ground.
Yeah,
right.
And the planning, and even it's like Shahar. Going back to when you were planting your tomatoes this season. I mean,
not very green tub.
No, but you were so. Actually, I don't think you even planted tomatoes, right? But you were thinking of the different things that you were going to plant. And part of that process was even figuring out, okay, where am I going to plant this plant? And will this plant work with this plant? And there was that entire process that you had to figure out before you even dug a hole to know if they would work together, if they would, all of that.
One kill the other.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the work involved, right? Because, you know, in gardening, there's quite a bit of work.
There's quite a bit of work.
Well, you have to work in your business as well.
It's no different in business.
Yeah, I say that because sometimes we get people that want to start a business online, and you know, more than once I heard, oh, I just want to work 5 hours a week or 10 hours a week. Especially in the beginning, honey, not gonna happen. You have to put some effort.
That's
into
exactly it. It's not that it doesn't happen. At some point in your business, things do go a little bit automated to the point where they happen in your sleep.
But not at the beginning.
But there was so much that you had to put into it before that process came to be.
Yes. So our message to you is respect the seasons of your business. So, did you like it?
I loved it. We had an awesome time.
Yeah, then I think we provided some good food for thought.
Yeah, we sure did.
Yeah.
Talking about that, let's go grab a bite to eat.
I think it's about time.
Yeah, I think
Let's
so
do
too.
it.
See ya.
See you next time.
I don't know, Shahar. There's gotta be wildlife here somewhere. Shall we call it?
Yeah.